All right, players, first things first, Cadian upgrades from Games Workshop cost $35 American if you're going to order them, and that does not include the amount of time it takes to wait for them to send it to you and arrive in your mailbox. What I suggest is clicking the link below in the description of this video to take you to an Amazon affiliate of mine where you can pick up a Cadian upgrade sprue for $29.75. Hopefully, it depends on where you are in the world. It's going to direct you, if you're very, very far away from it, it's going to direct you somewhere that is the most comparable to this listing. But yeah, it's an Amazon affiliate, which means you'd be helping out my studio, so thank you for that. Now let's get back to the rest of the video. What up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug. Today we're going to take a look at the Cadian Upgrade Sprue by Games Workshop. It was released with the refresh of the Cadians just in time for Cadian Falls, which was their big narrative event right before 10th edition, where they came out with a whole new look for these models, what I call the knee pad Cadians. They've been slimmed down. They're not as poofy and cartoony and chunky. They also have a lot more character with their faces, and there's more variety in the sculpts and what they're doing. Instead of just standing in a little bit of a lunge pose holding up their las guns, now they've got all sorts of things going on, which is funny because I remember there being a Cadian upgrade sprue for the old kit right before this refresh, before they memory hold that one and they yeeted that upgrade kit into the wild blue yonder. Now we've got this one. It is two sprues, or two half sprues, and a little bit of some instructions here. I wish they would have come up with a transfer sheet, like a new transfer sheet, or maybe a transfer sheet that was more specific to some of the other regiments. In fact, it would have been cool if they had an upgrade kit where you could have like Mordians or Vostroyans or Death Corps of Krieg, and you can make a unit of them just using the Cadian legs or something. I don't know how that would work out. But anyways, here we are. This is what we do have. Some Cadian sprues here, some heads. The variety of the heads, I think the variety of the heads is great. You've got a bunch of helmeted ones, some with hats, and some without helmet or hats, just like bare-headed, which is interesting to paint. It's going to give you some variety, some character. You've got here on the back a rifle stuck in the ground, some stowage, and a jerry can, some sandbags, and then a hand holding an axe. I don't know, I guess one of them's going like into the forest and chop down some trees. All right, this is one. This is the one that I think is the most suspect and just not appealing to me. It's a power fist, right? Or it's a robot arm. Maybe it's not a power fist. Maybe it's just a robot arm, but it's doing like a fist in the air, but it's not even doing the Black Panther's fist with the thumb down. It's kind of like it's holding up an imaginary beer glass. I don't know, it just looks so weird. This one on the right here, fantastic. Holding a belt of ammo for the autogun, and the new autogun that you see in the right hand there with the ammo belt dangling down. So good, so terrific. This robot hand though, doing the political activism, not for me. Maybe I'll just keep it lowered down to the side if I can, just to show, oh, look, a robot arm. Here we got a trooper with the rifle on his backpack. Or isn't that a rifle? Oh no, that's like his shovel. And then he's got his rifle slung over his arm, and then either a jerry can or like an ammo box. And here's another one with a bear head. So these are just showing you different ways you can mix and match. But seriously, guys, this upgrade sprue is basically just a bunch of extra heads, extra arms, different ways that you can customize or individualize your units. I'm definitely going to be using it for some upcoming Astra Militarum projects I've got going on. I think this is an interesting one. It's a kneeling trooper. Which is funny because you've got this kneeling trooper here, just like a soldier, and then you've got a kneeling crewman or crew woman, and you can build them up over there because they're holding like a wrench. So I think, yeah, the kneeling trooper is supposed to sit nicely on a base. You can see a round base there, whereas the kneeling crew person is supposed to be on some part of your vehicle, or I guess you could stick them on one of your ordnance guns or heavy weapons instead of the regular crew people. Bare armed and very interesting. You see them right in the center there, just showing off those bulging biceps. And there you go on the back. It's a good way to see like visually what you're going to be working with. There are some color jobs, some paint jobs for how you can paint them up. And here it shows you where you can put that crew, person, as well as the tank commander. I think that tank commander there with one arm behind the back is so good. But I mean, what is more 40K than a tank commander holding up a power sword? I think, is that only Knight Commander Pask? Can you equip a Knight Commander, or a tank commander rather, with a power sword? It seems like a just huge waste of points. But I think this one down here looks very, very stately, very noble. And the one with the power sword just looks pretty amazing. So my review, guys, is that a lot of this looks like it should have just been included with the Cadian, either the command squad, just have a bunch of these extra options, or just throw some of these onto your regular Cadian Shock Trooper box. It seems like a lot of this is just stuff that got left on the editing room floor. And I'm not sure if it warrants this much of a purchase price. If you saw at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that it was $35. That is what the old Cadian Shock Troop box used to cost. Way back when the Astra Militarum was called the Imperial Guard, I remember you could get a squad of 10 shock troopers for $35. But this is pretty good. Like, you get the heads, and the heads are very characterful. You get some helmets with gas masks, which you can use to make Kasserkin veterans, which are always cool. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if it warrants, all of this warrants the $35 price tag. Now, if you do want to get this, I would highly suggest getting it from my Amazon affiliate link, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You just click below in the description. I'll have left it for you, and you can get it at a little bit of a discount, and you can make sure that you get it rather than Games Workshop, which is facing some, it seems like near endless amounts of supply issues. But let me know what you think. Do you have this Cadian upgrade sprue? Do you think it's worth it? I think if you can get it on the cheap, like on eBay, or even better, use my Amazon affiliate code and add it to your force, I think it's a good way to differentiate, especially if you run a horde-heavy army of Astra Militarum, a lot of boots on the field, a lot of grunts. This would be a good way for you to give individual character to a lot of your units.
It was about that time, as Warboss Tay was finishing up his video and getting ready to upload it to the YouTubes, that he realized he had done an entire video just looking at the instructions and not looking at the sprue at all. That's right, giant narrator. As I was loading this to YouTube, I was editing it and realized, oh, I looked at the box art, I looked at the instructions, but I hadn't looked at the sprue at all, which is the whole point of these videos. We all want to see the sprues, okay? So here we go. Let's correct that right now. They are 2 individual sprues. No copies. That means that you don't get any duplicates. Everything you get to build 1 Knight Commander, Pask, looks like, or Knight Commander, or Tank Commander, whatever you want. And then in the other one here, I think that means that you only get to build 1 Kneeling Cadian, which was what I was wondering about. So let's take a look just to double check. There's that belt-fed auto gun. Oh, that's such a great design. With the gun, the auto belt, ammo belt, just hanging down like that. So terrific. There's the memorial gun in the ground. That would actually look good on like a vehicle base, like a Sentinel base. Maybe not a tank because of the treads, but something with a base like a Sentinel. Just have that. That'd be really nice. There's your tank commander guy, the axe. Okay, the faces look really cool. Like the wounded one with an eye patch. It is freezing. We're right in the midst of a pretty bad storm right now. Oh, look at that. That's a great head. Also, if you don't want to use this, you know, tank commander, you could save this, because that peaked hat there, that's very rare. You don't see that in the Cadian that much on the regular. Even I think the command squad doesn't have a cap that looks that official, high-ranking military. So that's good to see. Would have been cool if there was one on like a female head. I like the detail they're able to get into the female faces with the shaved side of the heads and then the longer hair on top. Yeah, lots of great options here. And then it looks like you only get one option for a kneeling figure. So you could do the soldier kneeling on the ground. You could do a crew member kneeling, put them on like the treads of the tank like it showed in the instructions. But other than that, I mean, you just get a bunch of like bayonets here, sandbags, like things you don't really need. What I really am drawn to, what I think is worth the most money, is the faces, the extra heads, the alternate sculpts. So I like these kind of like junior officers with the caps there. Then you got regular helmeted guys. There's that fight the power. And I hate that it looks like you have to have it so that it's aiming up like that. Oh, I guess it could also be to symbolize like hold, you know? Isn't that like a military hand signal? I don't know. It feels me though, I would sculpt it so that it's just like resting at the side. You just have a soldier with a robot hand. That's cool enough. It doesn't have to be doing anything with it. The medic with the needle, if you want to do like a medic in the command squad. And then more heads here. This is really where that big money is. See, this is the kind of heads that I wish had been included more in the regular Cadian shock troops or even in the older ones. Like really nicely detailed female faces. Oh, there's a guy with the beanie, the snow cap. Like nicely detailed female faces with hair and, you know, generally realistic looking proportions. That's what's missing, I think, from even the regular Cadian sprue. You've got some good female faces, but most of them are covered up with helmets. I think on the command squad, you could do a female Master Vox caster. She's got a ponytail. I painted one up, but not as feminine looking. Like if I was to sculpt more female faces, I would want them to look distinct from the males, than looking just like a male face with a ponytail or a bun slapped on the back of their head. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for the official Cadian upgrade sprue. Again, do I think it's worth it? Not for full price at the Games Workshop web store. I think if you get it, use my affiliate link down below, get it for $5 off, get it shipped to you a lot faster. If you can find it secondhand, even better. The fact that they don't have even any transfers, like they're so big on their transfers, I think they should have included some Cadian specific transfer sheets, or some transfer sheets or of other regiments even. Like I know it's the Cadian upgrade sprue, but it would have been cool to see just more options there. What you're getting right here is great if it would have just been added to the regular Cadian shock troops or the Cadian command squad. More of these options would have been great. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, we're gonna have a lot more coming out. Doing a lot of projects with the Astra Militarum and all sorts of other stuff as I'm gearing to fill up my eBay shop. If you're interested in anything, click the link below and it'll take you right to my eBay store. Thanks for watching.